So I have a great idea, guys. We've already resorted to racist comments and trivializing ethnic cleansing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why don't we add petty theft to our list of expertise for Mr. George Stobart? I'm gonna steal this key, and then I'm gonna find the compass, and then I'm gonna find the boss key, and then I'm gonna fight Goma.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
All you did was look at it.
You were trying to steal that key, no?
No way. There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin. Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Hey, not...
Just looking.
With my hands.
What now, monsieur?
I'm like that guy from Pan's Labyrinth.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
I'm really
Monsieur?
sorry.
Which
Don't call the
room is it
police.
for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Same diff.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
I insist you give me the key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
We
So
should
you
burn
say,
him like the
monsieur.
wizard he
He's not
is.
only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
Precisely.
Is that a cunnilingus joke?
Well, if wizards are anything like witches, they should float like ducks or something, right?
He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times.
A
With your
lady.
help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
God, she is so cheery all the time.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room?
If it's not
Do you
killing a
plan to-
spouse, I'm not
ma'am.
interested.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of?
Is she sexually
It's a
attracted to
fine
Boy
way for a boy
Scouts?
to get licked into shape.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah.
He's gonna drill a hole
So
through
you plan
the
to
wall, I guess.
eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was
You
hoping there
C4?
might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
I will use racism to my advantage.
I like that these characters are self-aware of their own stereotypes, you know?
I say! You there! Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen
Look at that
carefully.
face.
You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
She looks like something from LucasArts
I wish
Afterlife.
to deposit some jewellery for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr,
She
madame.
looks like Benny from I Have No Mouth in drag.
Over
All
to
right,
you,
then.
my dear.
Wait, did you see that? She was standing in front of you, but then the second she turned around to walk back, her sprite was suddenly behind you So she made a full circle. Or I don't understand.
The door was locked. If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room.
Dun,
The sign
dun,
on the door
dun.
read 22.
Congratulations,
The door
George
was locked.
Stobart can count. Okay, so I guess we gotta use the...
No,
key.
George. Key 21 will not go to door 22. Why doesn't he use that
Maybe
sewer
it wasn't the
tool?
right
Just pry
room,
open the
but
door.
this was the right key.
Check that out. This place has everything. 18 inches of CRT resolution television. Yeah.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
So I guess this is where you hide in, right? When the mental patients start chasing you through this hotel?
Well, if you don't want them to hit you with a large hammer.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Shrek's been here! I knew it!
Careful, the last person that used a window got in a lot of trouble in this game.
I'm sure it was the last person. It was just the last person we saw. I'm sure in the entire world, someone else used the window in this span of time.
We're in the exact same room! Dun dun dun!
This room really smelled like onions.
Did you take a nap?
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
So he's not a furious masturbator.
Oh, he's
Those
getting out the
sheets
black
weren't-
light. We'll
Briefcase
find
I'd
out.
seen Plantar
The sheets weren't
carry
white when he
just
bought
before
them.
died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected...
He's a tooth fairy. He's getting
it
out
was
his
empty.
briefcase full of quarters to leave under this guy's pillow.
A molar? Why, that's worth 2 quarters.
No wonder France's economy is in such bad shape. Too bad George doesn't have a gun or knows how to fight.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
'Cause then, we could just accost him and citizens arrest him.
He does have the uncanny ability to pester people until they solve his problems, so he'll leave.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my
What
stomach
the
that would
fuck
usually
is
send
wrong
me
with his
running to the
head?
bathroom.
And his pants. And just everything.
He looks like he was drawn by Mo Willems.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead.
Hey, that's how Brad Pitt died.
He
Wait,
grabbed his
they
pants
really
and
killed
he was-
Brad Pitt in that movie?
Hey, Coen Brothers, man. It's rough.
I didn't usually spy on men getting changed.
Usually. As in he has before.
Well, he doesn't usually
This guy
spy
was
on them. He
killed,
usually
and I
pays
didn't
them
want
to do that.
Any surprises?
Why do I get the feeling that
Let's
Khan
check
knows
the
he's
pants.
there and he's like really getting off on this?
I usually watch from a chair or a closet, almost always dressed as Superman.
I want to understand what the whole situation Khan coming in. Did he leave and then realize he was wearing those pants that didn't
He's like,
match
oh
the-
my god, I'm wearing the ugliest pants in the universe. Oh, it's just-
Don't
He's-
remember those...
mystery fluids.
He's been hanging out in the sewer too, maybe?
I had that kind of feeling.
yeah,
I
we
only
followed
get
him
from
into the
searching
sewers.
Still warm pants. The pocket was empty.
Why are the pants warm?
He was wearing them.
There was nothing in the pocket. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch.
It's called a Henson stitch.
A strip along the
Or
side
the
seam
Muppet
of the
stitch.
pants had been then sewn. I flipped the pants over.
They must have like used their entire budget on that one flip. Because I swear to God, him going across the window was the ugliest sprites I've ever seen.
This is the director's cut.
Yeah.
They went back and they spent $15 million to do this one pants flipping scene and to add in Jar Jar Binks, but that's later.
An ordinary matchbook. No matches, no...
Get on the magic
But
scuba.
in the pocket, a strong
That's just what I
thread
think of when I see this stuff flying around in this
with a
game.
tag on the end. I found nothing in the pocket.
Look at the metal tag.
I pulled on the metal tag and the thread
Magic
came out of-
school bus.
It was like pulling out a ripcord.
The pants just like explode.
They're parachute pants!
I turned the pants over again. I searched the pocket gingerly and found a
I
tax
can't-
card. It read Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
And the nostrils, too!
Careful, George Stobart. You might get baked into a pie.
We never insulted people's ethnicity at my old school!
That's bullshit! Magic School Bus was the most insulting to ethnicities.
Who's your favorite Magic
What
School Bus
now,
character? Mine was
monsieur?
Woody Allen.
But I'm nauseous.
Oh, I don't want to go on the Magic School Bus. I might catch something.
Yeah, but if he was with a 7-year-old, it would be a an okay relationship.
Wow.
Maybe you and I could engage in some extracurricular activities.
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive.
That wasn't bad editing on my part. That horrible cut came out of the game.
Well, you know what? I don't care at all what you say. A murderer?
He has delayed reaction syndrome.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
A murderer!
Do you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little
Wait, he killed
to your
someone?
pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist.
I think
If
you
we
mean
had a
Con
ghost,
Man.
Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
Well, we saw that con man. He
suppose
came
you
in
want me
already.
back.
It's true.
Not his
No, your problem is you need to get Madame Zelda in here to make this hotel clean.
Determined to conduct
Do you think that's why these hotels in Europe are so darn
won't
expensive?
stop you.
Too many extraneous expenses? Like in the US, do you ever hear of a Days Inn?
So come on down to Le Hotel Rouge, where we are ghost-free since 1972.
Hey, shake my hand.
I have already explained.
Okay. So, Huh.
Hello again.
We have new stuff to show you. He's like a small
Does
kid,
the
isn't
name
he?
on this
Look at this
matchbook
thing I
mean
found.
anything
Look at my
to
new
you?
Hot Wheels.
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't. This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one.
Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Hold up. That guy was like, hey, that's my property. You can have it, though. Just keep it in your inventory. I don't give a shit.
Do you recognize this key?
No, I do not.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
That guy was no help at all.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has 1,000,000 faces.
It's Captain Lou Albano!
I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
She's like she's our mentor in this
I
game.
showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's paper.
Is she Angela
but he wouldn't
Lansbury?
buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
Let's go fucking kill the murderer.
Mind the cows, Richard!
I have a feeling she's going to be the one that ends up saving him at the end. She's going to come in with guns a-blazing.
From Merlin in the hotel safe.
Is Nico even relevant?
And did my friend
We're replacing.
show you Merlin
You know in some
by
RPGs how you can swap out your party
This
members?
is her. She traveled back in time to help us solve the
What's
case.
the problem?
He
She did
isn't
not age
Merlin.
well.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the
In
law.
another
If
country.
he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment,
This is the
please.
worst reboot of Judge Dredd I have ever seen.
this much since Greenham Common.
I am
I
the
don't know what I
law.
would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Probably been killed by Khan.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk
Except for
had given me a
maybe
tightly
World War
rolled
II.
sheet
That
of parchment.
I think that panned out in
I
our favor,
decided
didn't
not
it?
to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
So I guess we go back to Nico's and show her the amazing things that I found.
It was the ancient manuscript.
Whoops!
You're a wizard, George.
You missed the door, Chris. Try that again.
So apparently I'm Shadow Cat now.
Couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Ah, I must escape. Too bad I don't have some kind of mutant power that allows me to phase through walls. I'm like Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo up in here. Oh my god, I'm a nerd. It just now dawned on me, guys. I've wasted my life.
Now really watch his sprites this time.
As I jump to my
The
death.
cobbles of the alleyway looked very distant and very hard.
It's Europe.
Wimp!
It's
Wimp!
Europe. Just find some fucking hay bales.
Wait, if he has cobbles, doesn't that mean he can fly?
Perhaps.
Look around you.
Can
for
you-
clues.
Can you use that sewer tool to swing down?
I can use it as a pogo stick.
This isn't DuckTales.
It's not? Oh, fuck, I've been labeling these videos wrong.
Wait, use those parachute pants as a parachute.
There you go.
He's gonna go out this door and say,
There was
"Wait a
nothing
minute,
else
I'm still in the hotel."
pockets of the killer's pants.
But still,
Oh,
I
oh.
must have them.
Oh, that's the onion
assassin
drawer.
had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence.
That's
beside
not the
his
onion
bed.
drawer. Next
Um,
door is the onion drawer.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't leave incriminating evidence beside his bed. He left it on his bed. That's the sign of a true master criminal.
I wonder if the
gotta-
cabinets smell like onions because they have a onion service where they replace the onions fresh daily.
there's gotta
And
be
if you
an
take
item.
them from the cabinet, you have to pay for them, and they're like $10 an onion. Bounce on the
I
clown
resisted
nose.
a childish desire to toss things from a height.
It's like, this is childish. And then finally he's like, what the hell, I'll do it. And he throws it down, it hits Khan in the head, kills him, and that's the end.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions.
Oh, there's the
No
onion
kidding,
drawer,
it
okay.
really did.
Told ya.
Sorry.
I'm very passionate. Onion drawers were an idea that I had 10 years ago, and it was stolen by this game.
So, if we can't leave the hotel,
With the manuscript.
then
The
Throw the
manuscript can leave with us. Hurry, manuscript. Go to Nico's.
But I couldn't let it fall into the
disguise
hands
it
of
with the
those
clown's
on the
nose
outside.
so no one recognizes it.
Hey, aren't you that ancient manuscript we were hired to find? No, I'm not. I'm just a clown.
He just fucking threw it into the sewer. There's a grate down there.
Oh, you know what's great? That great. But you know what else is great? That manuscript had the secret of the ooze on it. It's all coming together now. It's all making sense.
So, is Khan the Shredder?
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Dr. Rasselton!
Check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Stupid TSA
Oh,
checkpoints.
Well, all right.
Search him.
We want to go to a Mario party with you.
I told you that.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
So I guess he's actually Donkey Kong.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
The Italian mafia has all the power in France. Go the alleyway. Don't drop the manuscript and then fucking leave. Pick it up.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be
I
disappointed.
thought his name was Guido. That's what the other guy called
I
him.
couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
And so I warped there.
Bloop, bloop,
Because
bloop.
I'm an X-Men.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research,
Whoa.
Josh.
Yeah?
Really accusatory.
Copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet.
He's
I'm
such a
employing my first
bastard.
and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Jeez.
Most unlikable protagonists of the year.
He gets he finds one item.
George Stobart. What a cunt. That's just boom right there in big bold letters.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. I don't need a partner anymore.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone, a guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
Talk about a hot and cold relationship. Am I right?
Wow, this guy's the average Reddit user.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times.
What's crazy is she
Warm and
just
safe
takes
in
it
their
like
tiny
it
cottage.
doesn't even
My
faze
grandfather
her.
rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Insult her relatives, insult her line of work, then ask her out.
So was
Insult her country.
the grandfather pretended to smoke to be cool?
Yeah.
This is way before they had.
The Truth program?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
guess.
you gotta spark up to be cool. At least in France.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
Slowly slides the giant rubber shoe back into his
A
pocket.
medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
means
Why is it covered in
it's
water?
worth enough to kill.
Oh, and it's like green
Look
water.
there, two guys on the same horse.
Why is there algae on it?
How progressive.
Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse.
And bumming each
Whatever
other.
this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
They
I
were
learned
very
about
poor. They
them
had to
while
sell
writing
cookies
an
every
article on the
season in order to
Crusades.
fund everything they did.
In order to fund the Crusades?
Yeah.
Guys,
This
be
guy,
quiet.
named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the
Terry
court
Jones
of
is gonna
King
walk in any moment now and explain stuff.
He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land.
But what was Richard the Lionheart really like?
And pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army.
It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers.
Told you, they sold a lot of cookies.
Even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture.
The midgets were the first to be burnt alive.
Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. They laughed
Whoever threw me in this fire's gonna get it!
burnt alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was
The
a
last
treasure,
box of Thin
been
Mints.
lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Historically speaking, I'd say Richard the Lionheart was history's greatest serial killer, if you know what I mean.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him, or the company.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
Caution, contents are flammable.
There'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
You're a weird guy, George. I think you might have Asperger's.
Hey Nico, shake hands with me.
No chance, Buster.
That's not a good sign if she won't even touch your hand, bro.
Maybe not.
Mixed
Look at
signal.
it
Let's
again.
take another look at the manuscript.
It's mixed signals, you know, because she invited him over to the apartment.
Wow. So they can't just be friends, Jason?
They're fucking solving a murder, Jason!
God, you fucking pig.
Haven't you ever played Persona?
Why do we have so many female fans with all this offensive shit that comes out of Jason's mouth?
Can I have your
named
number? It's for the investigation.
Okay, so I love this picture right here. You got a knight with a sword, and a ray of sunlight is beaming down, and there's an ox, and then the symbol from The Sims.
No, that's one of those
There's a
switches
guy
from
with a
Zelda.
sword
Remember you
and
hit
a
that?
bull.
And
The only
it's
mythological
timed?
bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between
What
them?
the
It
fuck?
looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Someone's a furry. It's full bowl of nothing.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon.
Grassy
Somewhere
green.
famed
I
for
hate that
weaving
colour.
and Ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Andy, I have bad news.
What?
Your mother was a basket weaver!
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Oh, those are
She
faces? I
reminds
thought
me
those
of
were
the
like
Wicked Queen in Snow White.
like Arabic
She was
characters
the one
or
who
something.
Said, mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
Well, things not to tell a girl you're trying to impress, George.
A knight with a crystal ball.
And I cried all
There was
night
something
long.
written on the
No,
scroll
this
beside
is
the
a
knight.
snowball
Yes,
fight.
but it's written in Latin. Per
I thought that was the apple of Eden.
Mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin. Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
Man, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Well, you did just call understanding a language a trick.
So hold on, guys. If I'm not mistaken, George Stobart is a sissy, a racist, is offended easily, disingenuous, doesn't appreciate other people's hard work,
Or cultures.
a sexist. So, I think we've made our case.
Hey, he dug his own grave.
I hope he digs his own grave by the end of this game.
Also, anyone else thinks this woman looks like the monster from Prometheus? Just saying.
I thought it was Queen Amidala for a second.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. Let's face it, we need help, George.
This relationship
Someone
isn't
knows about
working
these
out.
things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
No, we can't get him. This isn't a LucasArts game.
Is it Indiana Jones?
His name is
No.
Lobino.
Some stuffy old fossil gets horny over ancient relics.
Whoa!
Far from it.
Indiana
How
Jones.
isn't stereotypical professor you have in mind?
Where can I find this?
Does he have a whip?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Krone Museum.
I'll write it on a post-it note for you, George.
So, I guess we gotta go to the R. Crumb Museum and learn about 1970s underground comics. This game's turning around. I wonder if they have an like American Splendor, or maybe the Fabulous Freak Brothers, Wonder Warthog. I think I might have misheard something, did I, guys?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, I got really excited for a second. We'll be right back. Banshitana!